Hello there, welcome to NTV English News Bulletin. I'm Bhavana Casey. In the beginning, we have the headlines. UK's longest-serving monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, passes away at the age of 96. All leaders extend condolence. Prime Minister Dewa says Nepal lost a great admirer of the country and its people. Top leaders of the ruling alliance meeting to finalize seat sharing in November 20 elections. Meet being held a day after five-party task force submitted its report to the top brass. North Korea passes a law declaring itself to be a nuclear weapons state. Leader Kim rules out the possibility of any talks on denuclearization. And IOC says India to be banned from the Olympic Games if it does not resolve host of governance and election disputes. Future of IVA also in doubt. Welcome back. You are with NTV English News Bulletin. Now we have the news in details, and we begin with this tragic news. Queen Elizabeth II, the UK's longest-serving monarch, has died at Balmoral, aged 96, after reigning for 70 years. She died peacefully on Thursday afternoon local time at her Scottish estate, where she had spent much of the summer. The Queen came to the throne in 1952 and witnessed enormous social change. Her son, King Charles III, said the death of his beloved mother was a moment of great sadness for him and his family, and that her loss would be deeply felt around the world. The King and his wife Camilla, now Queen Consort, will return to London on Friday, according to Buckingham Palace. He is expected to address the nation on Friday. It is said the coronation of the new king might not take place for the months. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Dewa has expressed great sadness over the demise of British Queen Elizabeth II. The Prime Minister also expressed deepest condolences to the royal family. Taking to Twitter, the Prime Minister said Nepal has lost a great admirer of the country and its people, adding that the Queen is fondly remembered in Nepal for her two important state visits in 1961 and 1986. Prime Minister Dewa also wrote, "The grace, simplicity and respect for other cultures and humanity are the qualities for which the Nepali people remember the Queen." The other old leaders and dignitaries also have paid tribute to Queen Elizabeth II. They have honored her deep sense of duty and her resilience, as well as the Queen's sense of humor and kindness. Now to a political update. The top leaders of the five ruling parties are holding a meeting today as well to discuss the seat sharing for the upcoming November 20 elections to the House of Representatives and Provincial Assembly. The task force formed to finalize the number of seats submitted a report to the top leaders on Thursday evening. The meeting, to be held at the Prime Minister's residence in Balwata today, will discuss the issue and finalize the report. It is said the ruling parties are near to the consensus on the issue of seat sharing. On Thursday, the five-party task force formed to finalize seat allocation modality among the coalition partners finally submitted its report. The top leaders were given the responsibility to finalize the seat allocation themselves. With this update, time to go for a short break, but still to come we Welcome back. You are with NTV English News Bulletin. Now we have more updates from the home front. Indra Jatra, the festival dedicated to the god of rain and good harvest, Lord Indra, is being marked today. The annual traditional festival begins on the Bhadra Shukla Chaturdasi of the Nepali month of Bhadra. The Indra Jatra formally begins with erection of lingo, or a sacred wooden pole, at Hanuman Dhoka Darbar Square in Basantapur Darbar Square. The erected pole with the flag is called Indra Dhojatan. It is an 8-day-long festival. The festival is celebrated especially in the three districts of the Kathmandu Valley and Dhulikhel and Dolakha. The chariot processions of Sri Ganesh, Sri Kumari and Sri Vairab are the major part of the festival. Now to the international updates. North Korea has passed a law declaring itself to be a nuclear weapons state, according to state news agency KCNA. The country's leader Kim Jong-un called the decision irreversible and ruled out the possibility of any talks on denuclearization. The law also enshrines the country's right to use a preemptive nuclear strike to protect itself. Despite crippling sanctions, Pyongyang has conducted 6 nuclear tests between 2006 and 2017. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield, U.S. representative to the United Nations, gave a speech about what the future holds for the United Nations and the challenges with Russia's attack on Ukraine. Speaking from the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco, she said, "This is not a new Cold War. This is not about a few countries. This involves all of us. This is about defending the UN Charter. This is about peace for the next generation." She outlined 6 steps that the United States will utilize to recommit to its ironclad commitment to the UN Charter. Amongst the 6 is to demonstrate leadership in defending human rights and fundamental freedoms. More updates are lined up on the other side, but before that, let's have what we have coming up next. Welcome back. Now to more updates. China's Consumer Price Index CPI, a main cause of inflation, rose 2.5% year-on-year in August, according to the latest data released by the National Bureau of Statistics. The CPI in urban and rural areas posted a growth of 2.4% and 2.7% respectively from a year ago in August. Food prices and non-prices surged 6.1% and 1.7% respectively year-on-year. Consumer goods prices and service prices shot up 3.7% and 0.7% respectively. Brazilian presidential candidate Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva on Thursday rallied with supporters seeking votes in Rio de Janeiro metropolitan area ahead of October 2nd presidential elections. The event happened a day after tens of thousands of President Jair Bolsonaro supporters packed the streets of Sao Paulo and Rio to show fealty to the incumbent president during Independence Day celebrations. The former president also attacked Bolsonaro, accusing him of turning the Independence Day celebrations into a private party. More updates lined up on the other side, but before that, let's have what we have coming up next. Now to sports. The Indian Olympic Association is at risk of being banned from the Olympic Games if it does not resolve a number of governance and election disputes, the International Olympic Committee IOC had said. The future of the International Boxing Association is also in doubt. IOC Sports Director Kit McConnell said, according to the information available, the IBA has not been able to find new sources of income to mitigate its dependency on a Russian state. With this update, we have come to the end of this English News Bulletin. But before we say goodbye, let's have a quick reminder of the major stories. UK's longest-serving monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, passes away at the age of 96. All leaders extend condolence. Prime Minister Dewa says Nepal lost a great admirer of the country and its people. Top leaders of the ruling alliance meeting to finalize seat sharing in November 20 election, meeting held a day after 5-party task force submitted its report to the top brass. North Korea passes a law declaring itself to be a nuclear weapons state. Leader Kim rules out the possibility of any talks on denuclearization. And IOC says India to be banned from the Olympic Games if it does not resolve a host of governance and election disputes. Future of IBA also in doubt. Well, that's all we have in this edition of English News Bulletin, which I'll see you again with next round of English Bulletin at 6 in the evening. Till then, have a great time ahead and just stay tuned with us. Namaste.